Thanks everyone for tuning in. First things first, can everyone let me know if they can hear me okay? We're trialing out some new equipment that we've got here. So can everyone hear me okay if they're watching? If they could write and let me know if they can hear me okay. So we had some technical glitches. Everyone will be saying, where's Jason Doyle? But yeah, Jason Doyle was going to come on this afternoon, but at the last minute we had a technical glitch at my end. He was very understanding, and yeah, we've rescheduled for tomorrow night. So yeah, okay. So Tony, you're saying, Tonya, you can only just hear me. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. We're trialing. So can everyone let me know? Yes, you can hear you now. Okay, so that's good. Okay, good. All right, so please, yeah, let me know if people, that's better, can hear you. Okay, sweet. All right, so guys, just so I can, I'm not talking into nothing. We've tried some new equipment for tonight. So we had camera, microphone and everything. We've got some lighting as well. So yeah, we've had some glitches. We're meant to have Jason Doyle on tonight. He was going to be coming on as part of the Conversations program, but due to a technical glitch at my end, really embarrassing, and these things happen. I probably should have started earlier and been able to knock this thing on the head. But oh well, it is what it is. But Jason, as I said earlier, he's been really understanding about this situation. I'm really disappointed myself for everyone, but it is what it is. These things happen. But yeah, we'll be back. Jason Doyle will be back, our newest World Speedway champion. He'll be back tomorrow night. So he's given us a short time, so it'll be around 6 o'clock. So really great for his time and his understanding. So yeah, just really embarrassing at my end. Everyone was saying, like when you've got with Facebook and you're feeling, what are your emotions? So you're feeling happy. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm happy, but I'm not. I'm furious inside, but oh well, these things happen. So the silver lining, we're still going to be here tonight. Thanks once again for LA Racing Performance Lubricants for coming on board as one of our sponsors. It's really much appreciated. What we do, having a sponsor come on board allows us to keep doing this, also update our equipment and get better with everything with the sound and all that. So guys, yeah, as everyone would know, yeah, be expecting to have Jason Doyle tonight, but it wasn't to be. So yeah, but thankfully Jason's been really understanding. We've been chatting by text. I've been sorry for the delay, but I've got all this sorted now, and yeah, he'll be on tomorrow night. So yeah, so thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks Ebony Hobson. Bad luck at Nyora on home soil over the weekend. Steve Hopping, former V8 modified racer and current sprint car official. Nigel Harper from Scorpion Raceware. Thanks for tuning in once again. But guys, although it's not Jason Doyle tonight, we are going to have me, glorious me. Yeah, and yeah, so throw your questions my way. This was going to be tomorrow night, but that wasn't to be. I'm just going to share it on social media. But guys, yeah, once again, really sorry. It's embarrassing, and yeah, but these things happen. And yeah, so thanks, Mark Brown. Your boy Caden's doing really well. And yeah, but once again, guys, yeah, apologise for what's happened. No one's more embarrassed than myself, but oh well, these things happen. So yeah, but please hit me with your Speedo questions, and I'll do my best to answer them. So I'm back to the normal Q&A, and yeah, with that. Sorry, just sharing this now. Okay, sweet. Thanks, Glenn Holdaway, Brett Williams. Thanks, Daniel and Lachlan Onley. Thanks. Lachlan, Melanie Gillespie. Thanks. Quentin Tanner, Todd Bailey from the late models. So, yeah, so guys, so throw your questions my way. We've had plenty of exciting racing. Over the past week, I had J-Mac come to make his season debut. Who's running for Jack Lee on Saturday night, so he ended up second. So it was good to have J-Mac back. With that, close to Cricky Motorsport, and Jamie Veal will be debuting very shortly. So that's next month. That's at the WA title at the Perth Motorplex, where Tim Van Giningen from Warrnambool is going for a hat trick. So yeah, the Cricky Motorsport and the Cricky Motorsport team and Jamie Veal will be making their return. So yeah, so guys, hit me with your Speedo questions. As you can see, there's no Jason Doyle on tonight. That has been rescheduled to tomorrow night. I profusely apologise for that. I'm really embarrassed, but it was a technical glitch at my end, and these things happen. But yeah, we'll move on. And yeah, Jason, thankfully, been really understanding. And then yeah, in terms of coming on, so he's really happy. More than happy and understanding to come back on. So, yes, guys, so, yeah, hit me with your questions. I'll be here for, probably just under an hour sort of thing. So, yeah, and all your Speedo-related questions, and I'll do my best to answer them. But, yeah, can everyone comment and let me know that they're hearing me okay sort of thing? This is really embarrassing. We've got a regular audience, people that come on, so... yeah, and to let them down. So thanks, guys, for letting me know. But yeah, please, hopefully this is the start with that. So, okay. Yes, Melanie, I did see that. So with that loud and clear, that's good. It's probably better that we've got probably a better screen and we've got a better sound than ever before. So yeah, that's cool. But I've purchased all this new equipment in terms of new audio on that. Well, no, new audio, new camera and audio equipment, and naturally, not being too technically sound, it didn't, go to plan. We had delay. Of all times, having the world speedo champion come on and give us some time. So it could have been worse. It could have travelled all the way down here, and then we've had these dramas. So yeah, with that. So yeah, there's always, I'm the type of guy that looks for the positives, not the negatives. But just to let you know, once again, Jason's it's been very understanding. We're going to be doing an interview tomorrow night. So he said he'd give me about 20 minutes of his time. So really appreciate that, really understanding as we go through this technical glitch. But yeah, so and also, Nigel Harper from Scorpion Racer, it's his birthday, I've seen that. So yeah, he's one of Totally Speedway's supporters. So yeah, with that, and it's great to have his support, and I hope you had a good day, Nigel. So thanks for tuning in on your birthday. You should be out to dinner. Well, hopefully you're not out to dinner on your phone or something like that, listening to my annoying voice come through. So, Reg Corbett, who's going to win the King of the Mountain? Oh, it's going to be a tough one. A lot of drivers were getting some early laps last weekend at Redline Raceway in Ballarat in Victoria. There were going to be plenty of laps down there, so it's going to be interesting to see. Brad McClure obviously was up there. Jacob Mills running for the Patriot Motorsport team. Then we had Anthony Bear, who had a rare engine problem in the heat races, and that put him out. So I can't remember the last time that Barry had, he's a mechanic and he does a lot of his engine work himself. For him to have a mechanical failure in his heat races, and that put him out of the running. So. Yeah, so it's unfortunate for him, but Brad McClure was able to come through with that. So so Tony Powell, thanks for tuning in. So Reg, hopefully that answers your question. So I reckon Barry or McClure, they'll be up there. Mick Clark, of course, your boy Jacob Mills. So we've got a question here from Rick Waldron. Who do you think will dominate the big shows, J-Mac or James McFadden or Jamie Veal? Do you think? And it'd be interesting to see. I think the racing, I very much doubt that with this season, I might be proven wrong, we'll see a dominant driver as such. We all remember 2 seasons ago when Jamie Veal was on a tear, and I think he picked up something like 14 feature race wins. So, so we had that. But then last season, J-Mac, although he won World Series and the Grand Air Classic, he wasn't dominant, sort of thing, in the double figures in terms of feature race wins. So I don't think in this day and age, the competition's that tough. It's hard to see. Jamie Veal went through winning around 13 feature races last season. So I can't see that happening again. But it'd be interesting to see. Jamie Veal's already picked up, I think, 2 wins so far this year. He won Warrnambool's Premier Speedo on the weekend, and he won the opening round of the Eureka Garage and Shed Series at Avalon Raceway in Geelong. And then was leading the Heartland Raceway feature race in Miami for the second round of the Eureka Garages and Shed Series, and he had a DNF there when he had a crash. So, so we've got, with that. So I don't think you'll see as dominant sort of thing. We've got Robbie Farr, who, if all things equal, he would have had 3 feature race wins so far this season for, I think, 5 starts. But he only just picked up his first feature race win for the season at Murray Bridge Speedway in the second round of the Ultimate Sprint Car Championship in South Australia. So, he picked up his win. So, Robbie had to come off the back of probably one of his strongest seasons in the last decade. Just last season, consistently running up the front and, really getting the job done. So, Farah will be up there. Of course, James McFadden and Jamie Veal, of course. But, so it'll be interesting to see. You've got guys, especially down in Sydney. You've got, a handful about, Darren Molyneux, of course, he's fast. So there's all these guys that are going to – we still don't know if Brooke Tatnall's going to be coming back. So, it'll be probably his first season that he's missed ever since I think he debuted in 1988. So he's always raced here in Australia to some degree, sort of thing. So, with that. So in terms of the big shows, I don't think there will be a dominant driver. So that's probably a good reflection of the sport and the competition. But, might be proven wrong. I've got a question here from Joshua Dingo Butler. Do you think drivers have a home ground advantage for World Series? Josh, to answer your question, I don't really think so. Back in the day when we're talking in the the 80s and 90s, there used to be some sort of home track advantage. I don't think that's the case now because the competition is so tough, as I said. The conditions vary, and it all depends a lot of the time of where you qualify. If you qualify towards the front of the field, then you're gonna, it gives you a good shot, sort of thing, in terms of coming in, sort of thing. So being that, so in terms of drivers having a home track advantage or a home ground advantage, I don't see that. So and then we've got there, but you also, what I want to say is how awesome it was to see Jason Pride win his first feature race win last weekend at the Perth Motorplex. I think I said in the weekend wrap last weekend. It was great to have him to come and actually get a win. And I don't think there was anyone in the field that begrudged him for winning. They were all as happy, and I think that's a sign of respect where Jason Pride was able to. Everyone was happy for him. Even Jason Kendrick, who ran second, although it was filthy that he missed out on the win because he races to win like all top racers do. For him to come out and put it all together in tough track conditions. Obviously, Western Australia is going through a bit of a lull at the moment. So with that. For him to come back and get the job done, that was really good to see, and couldn't happen to a nicer bloke and a guy that's respected, but also a guy that's a real successful man, and I think he's in his early 30s, so around my age, and he's done some great things in the business world already, and living the dream, running sprint cars with him and his crew chief John O'Coyle. So with that. That'll be good. Reg Corbett, that'll be the last question. All right, Reg, you've had one. Thanks, Kylie Duggan, for tuning in. Darren Walker, thanks for tuning in. Hayden Pascoe, unlucky Hayden last weekend with the rain out. You're making a return for this season in the Legend Cars at Sydney's Valvoline Raceway, but unfortunately the weather won on that occasion. But looking forward to seeing you back out there on the track. On the Scorpion Race where supported drivers and with that. So guys, to throw you my questions once again, I need to apologise. We did have advertised and scheduled current World Speedway champion Jason Doyle. He's going to be on the show tomorrow night. So he's going to be on for about 6. He only said 15 to 20 minutes. So don't want to push it too bad. He's been really understanding, and unfortunately, we were able to cancel. We had to cancel tonight's show because we had a technical glitch at my end with new gear that we just purchased. Should have done a trial run, but could have, sort of thing. So it is what it is. But I'm really appreciative for Jason for taking the time, being really understanding. So he's a busy guy, has limited time here in Australia. So I thank him for taking the time. So we've got the normal Q&A with myself. So we've got Ben Griffin, one of the Vet Modified helpers up there and one of the most passionate speedo guys I've seen, especially when it comes to V8 modified. So thanks, Ben. Up in Lismore, great night at Lismore last weekend. Andrew Pizzuti winning the Lord Mayor's Cup for V8 modifieds, making it 2 wins from 2 starts. Yeah, Pizzuti certainly had a great start to the year. It'll be interesting to see. Kevin Britton wasn't racing. Looking forward to seeing Scott Cannon come out. Chris Corbett. There's a number of guys that are going to be running. Steve Milford. So yeah, so it's good. But certainly, Pizzuti, a former multiple Australian champion, has certainly started the season on the right foot, winning at Archerfield Speedway a fortnight ago, and then winning the most recent Saturday night at Lismore and Lismore Speedway. So yeah, Steve Elgie, thanks for tuning in. Danny Stewart. So with that said, but guys, please like, comment, share, and I'll do my best to answer your Speedway related questions. So yeah, we've also got to thank LA Racing High Performance Lubricants. So they're one of the sponsors. They were the sponsors of tonight's Conversations program, but unfortunately, that wasn't to be due to a glitch at my end. Yay! So embarrassing, but what do you do? What do you do? I've done worse. I've made typos on front covers. In the past of magazines, I've nearly set my business broke. So I've done a lot worse. So, what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. So, I can smile about it, but really thankful for Jason for, being understanding with that. So, Jeff Paul, thanks for tuning in. Good win at Kalgoorlie the other weekend. So, hope you're doing well there over in Western Australia. Staying out of trouble, mate. So, we've got that. But please like, comment, share. The more reach we get, the better. But throw your questions my way, all things Speedway related, and I'll do my best to answer them. We're up to the 17th Q&A. It used to be back in, May when I started it, when I was actually asking the questions. Like, and people were writing them in and I was replying to them. But then I thought, okay, let's do the live video. It's something that I've never done before, and I'm still making mistakes and all those sort of things. So, and with that, and so really, appreciate the audience for tuning in and letting me ramble. We're doing the Conversations program. We've got the Q&A, we've got the weekend preview and review, but it's all about giving promotion. And please, I might throw it out there. Please send me your information about your events. That's what this whole program is here for. So it's all about promoting the sport, and I'm the type of guy that, and he's not, not backwards and coming forwards. And I'm a guy that doesn't just sit on his hands, and I've been that through my whole career in Speedway. And that doesn't look like stopping anytime soon. Sure, I make mistakes and do things like I did today, but it's all right. I still do it with a smile on my face, because what I say, when I've got a small team around me, and when I first started this whole dream as a business, and I just dreamed that I would do this. So despite the setbacks, I'm always willing to put a smile on my face and come back for more. So I'm a sucker for punishment. I've got another question here from Melody Gillespie Blanche. Thanks, Melody, for your question. Regularly tuning in, it's appreciated. And the linked with the V8 model hot's for a long year, so you got for a long time. Daniel, do you have a favourite event of the year? Melody, in terms of favourite event, depends on the class. Like, I've got favourite events for pretty much every class. So we'll start with 410 Sprint Cars, the Grand Annual Classic. Really enjoy that. Been there a few times. Sorry, the table just rocked then. I think I broke the table with that. We've got, so the Grand Annual Classic for Sprint Car. For Speed Cars, I think the 50 lapper in Sydney. I think that's a spectacular event. So when it comes to super sedans, probably the Granville Anderson Memorial. They don't run it a whole much anymore, but that used to be a big event. You've got the Grand Prix and the Grand National for super sedans down in Tasmania. Not as big as it used to be. But with late models, I think the US versus Australia challenge that they got, which is going to be this year, going to have a stack of East Coast people coming in and coming over. Got a number of Americans. I think Jason Alford was saying the other day that around 6 Americans are scheduled to run this. So I think that's cool. Junior sedans, the national title. Modified sedans, the King's Royal. Production sedans, probably their national title too. So with that, and number of classes. The V8 Modifieds always like the Mr. Modified series, but the Australian titles. So with that. So hopefully, Melody, that answers your question the best I can. Clinton Hansey, thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Tonya, for your support. And so with that, they've got Kim Jury from Super Sedan. Thanks for tuning in. We've got Joshua Rose from V8 Modifieds. Thanks, Josh, for coming in. Jeremy McGrath. I think it's the motocross, supercross staff in the 90s, Jeremy McGrath. But pretty cool name if everyone, the two-wheel fans sort of thing. We've got Ben Griffin a question here. Dan, with this being Lismore's 49th season at the current venue, how many other tracks in Australia have been running for this amount of time? Ben, interesting question because Carrick Speedway back down in Tasmania last Saturday night celebrated their 50th season. So that's a pretty big thing, especially with all these tracks and especially with Lismore with the houses encroaching around there and complaints and all the tracks. So for a track to get, 50 years is amazing. So, so Lismore Speedway, so got that. And then, 50 years at Carrick Speedway in Tasmania. So they celebrate that last Saturday night. So, that's as far as I know. Then you've got the historic venues, obviously, like they're shut down now, but the Claremont Speedway, the Sydney Showground, the Brisbane Exhibition Ground, all had rich histories. A lot of tracks that you see now, they're probably being built to, like the most recent track to being built, as we were saying in Benny Bishop's interview from Toowoomba's high-tech oil speedway in Queensland. He was saying, the last track that was built, I think it was 2004 by David Roberts at Heartland Speedway in Miami. So that's the last track, and before that was the Perth Motorplex in Western Australia back in 1999. So a lot of tracks that you see now were built around the 70s. So, Sydney's Valvoline Raceway was built in 1978, 77, I think it was, something like that. And then you had before that, you've had tracks like the Archfield Speedway was in the 70s as well. A number of tracks. A number of tracks with Gilgandra Speedway was built in 1991. With that, so we've got with that. So Ben, hopefully that answers your question. But a lot of tracks are going to be doing, running around their 30, 40 year anniversary. So it's a big achievement to get to get through the season. So Jeff Paul's got a question. Bridgestone's Kalgoorlie's Challenge this weekend. We are low on numbers this year. What's some ideas to get people to travel 600 plus kilometres? Jeff, it's hard because that's for production sedans, so it makes it really tough. Like we're talking, it's Wednesday now and trying to get more people. I think it's just a tough economy, and there's so much racing everywhere. Like Kalgoorlie's obviously 600 plus kilometres from Perth, where a lot of production sedans based, but I think it's production, like in Western Australia, obviously production sedans are probably one of the strongest states for production sedans. So getting them to travel so early in the season too, people plan out, like it makes it tough. There's only so many weekends in a season. There's budget restraints. There's people that are doing shift work so they can afford to race. There's all these different elements. So, Jeff, I wish I could wave a magic wand and get everything hunky-dory, but I think it's just a sign of the times for Speedway in general. It doesn't matter where you are, so it's a matter of just building up locally and trying to get a strong support there and not relying on cars that are travelling as good as it would be with that. So, so Jeff, hopefully that answers your question. I'm not Nostradamus, so I can't help with that. So Michael Bullerman, so hopefully that answers your question, Jeff. Michael Bullerman, thanks for tuning in. AJ Lawrence, the current Victorian Junior Stand Saloon champion. So good luck with that. And he also races road racing and saloon cars. Matt Gamble, he's one of the AMCAs racing. So we've got here AMCAs are back at King Roy Speedway in Queensland for the Russell Engines Country Cup this weekend challenge. So it's good. I was looking through the nominations for King Roy this weekend. A huge meeting, a lot of cars, a lot of numbers, and King Roy also doing a thing where they've got rid of the program, like the actual printed program, as good as that would be to actually do, but they've foregone that and just done to a digital version. Like it's a cost. It costs a lot of money to print. Printing is not getting cheaper because obviously there's not that much demand as there once was for printing out in the digital age. So I think King Roy are doing a good thing where they're downloading it. It can be on your tablet and have that. But a lot of people these days have access to their phone and that. So the program just gets left on the ground at the bottom at the end of the night. It'll just get thrown into the bin at the end of the night, or just thrown into the back of the car and left there. So yeah, I think they've done the team, the Barons, Ryan Harris and all that. So come out with new initiative and ways to save money, because printing, unless you get a printing company to sponsor it, which it's tough to come by sort of things. So yeah, with that, but yeah, kudos to King Roy Speedway, and the South Burnett Club, so the Peanut Capital. I've got that. Jeff Paul, that's it, man. That's what we come up with. So yeah, thanks, Crashy. Thanks, Crashy, for tuning in, mate. Jeff Paul. So we've got here, what's your view on AMCAs and Pro Mods? In terms of Pro Mods, explain that, like modified sedans or on AMCAs and Pro Mods. I think they can both coexist. I'm assuming you're meaning mod lights. And Jeff, can you reinitiate that question so I can answer it? So we'll come back to that one, Jeff. You probably had too many beers at the moment, or you probably might be as sober as a judge. But just explain that, and I can answer it. So so we've got here Michael Bullerman, Goulburn this weekend should be a good night for late models and a great field of compacts. Yeah, saw that, Michael. You've got the Frank Nicastri Memorials, so we've got that. Liz Moore is looking at putting a book together for 50 years, starting to get photos and material together at the moment. We'll keep you informed as we go. Thanks, Tony. So he's the Liz Moore Speedo track curator and photographer. So one of the hardest working guys in Speedo. He never stops, Tony. So, and a good surname too. No, we are not related. I've got there Mitchell Brown. Very sad news out of Broken Hill earlier this week, the passing of Peter Roos. So the Roos brothers racing. So Josh and Isaac, and his wife, Kathy. Unfortunately, Peter passed away earlier this week. I think it was on Monday. So I saw that today. So tragic, and condolences go to the whole Roos family. And Peter, he was certainly a guy. I remember doing a feature story on the Roos family a couple of years ago when Totally Speedway was a magazine. So with that, and so Peter, he'll be missed. He certainly a lot of, when the boys were on the road, Peter was a lot of the time back running the businesses and all that. So the guys are from Broken Hill, right up in the top, what is it, northwest? I think I'd say northwest of New South Wales. I think that's where Broken Hill's located. So condolences to the whole Roos family at this tough time. So Ronnie Barber, thanks for tuning in. Jeff Paul. There's a new class in WA starting, basically American IMCA. Okay, all right, so here we go. Okay, Jeff, that gives us some context. So AMCAs and IMCAs. Well, AMCAs were IMCAs anyway. Like you've got, I think IMCA stands for International Modified Car Association. I think where AMCAs are Australian Modified Car Association, or something along those lines, sort of things. So, so I don't know why they're starting something that AMCAs were morphed out of in anyway. But then again, it's Speedway. Nothing really surprises me these days. So, in terms of starting up another AMCA class, that's just stupid. But it's Speedway after all. So it's frustrating. Like this, Speedway needs another class, and then like I need, a kick in the teeth or something like that. So so I think that's stupid. With the IMCA, but there's always people that aren't happy will go against the mold sort of thing with that. So hopefully that can be resolved, because that's not going to do anyone's favour. So IMCAs are a strong class. We've got current Australian champion Matt Hardy has just tuned in. So hopefully that's resolved, but I don't see much traction getting out there. But it's just the track's supported. You just don't know these days, sort of things. So, with that. So, really good engagement. Just to give people an update, people that have tuned in later, we were going to have Jason Doyle, Australia's newest World Speedo champion, in tonight as a guest over the phone. But unfortunately, a technical glitch at my end. So it was all my fault. I stuffed up. I went to get tricky and update some new equipment, and it hasn't worked. I bombed out. But I'll cop it on the chin. I'm the type of guy that's motivated more by criticism than praise. So not everything's going to go to plan. This is all new to me. So we've got with that. So so Jason, he's going to be in tomorrow night. He's graciously agreed to come on again. It'll be probably around 6 o'clock New South Wales time, and we'll be doing that. So it'll be about 15 to 20 minutes. So I do want to push the issue because I'd stuffed him around tonight. So so really apologise for everyone for that, but there's a silver lining sort of thing. So so we've got Mitchell Brown here making a comment in regards to the IMCA and the AMCAs. Mitchell Brown, just another class to compete against and fight against each other. Mitchell, that's pretty much the case. So I don't know too much. Jeff Paul's obviously brought that. I don't know who's behind that sort of thing, but who knows? But on the speedo, it's frustrating. This sport is not strong enough to be able to have all breakaway classes and all that. There's simply not enough. Speedo struggling as it is, and if you guys last week listen to last week's conversations program, and you talk to a current promoter in Benny Bishop and the struggles that he goes on in regards to that. So so hopefully that can be resolved, but and it could just be blowing smoke sort of thing. So Tony Grant, thanks for tuning in. Blake Darcy, hurry up and get back behind the wheel of the wingless sprint, Blake. So with that. But so guys, please, we've got another 20 or so minutes. There's no Jason Doyle tonight. That'll be tomorrow night. I have to reschedule. After all the promotions, did all this promotion during the day, and Jason had confirmed a time and a date and all those sort of things. So do that, and then I just completely ballsed it up. But these things happen. And as I was saying earlier, I've done much worse and been embarrassed by more. But so once I just apologise for everyone. So these things happen. So so guys, please like, comment, share. Really appreciate the support of LA Racing High Performance Lubricants, one of our great sponsors. Encourage a lot more. You get so much more from just the videos and being involved. We've already had a number of inquiries, and we're close to doing some new deals for some other sponsors. So it's all about getting. You get more bang for your buck sort of thing, not only we've got like 35,000, I think, social media audience there, so they've got that, plus the videos that are in the thousands in terms of the views. So we've certainly got a good medium there, and Totally Speedway, as a lot of people know, started off as a printed magazine, but it's got with the times now and got with that. So and then we've got a comment here from Ben Griffin. Sorry, just reading it. Maybe he'd seen that shirt and said no. Maybe he did say it. But no, we went live. Nothing wrong with it. Sorry, it's not. I'll wear a Speedo shirt tomorrow, Ben. So I was just reading that. I'm like, you're taking a shot at me. So it's not a bad shirt. And Toby Bilboen hat as well, so we've got that. So hopefully everyone's been able to hear me and see me well. And you don't have to see me because I don't want to. You don't have to look at me, but you can hear me. So hopefully everyone can see and hear me all right. We've had a few technical issues earlier today, but we're over them, and that has foregone with tonight's Q&A session that's coming. So we've got that. And then, sorry, Ben, I'm still laughing at your comment there. But guys, please like, comment, share. What we've got coming up. So tomorrow night we're going to have Jason Doyle. I promise he's going to be in. I do like the wiggles there with my hand, so that's pretty stupid. But it's been that type of night. So with that. So we've got So we've got, it will have Jason Doyle coming up, the current World Speedo champion. He will be on tomorrow. So he's only about 15, 20 minutes. He's been really generous with our time considering after I stuffed him around tonight. We've got the weekend's preview, which we'll be doing. That'll be on Friday night or Friday afternoon. And then we've got the Sunday morning, we'll be doing the weekend wrap from there. So, yeah, so thanks, guys, for everyone for the continued support. I know I say this every week, but it's really much appreciated. Without you guys watching, I don't have any audience sort of thing. So, yeah, thanks, Brendan Scorgi, 14 Sprint Car Race. You've made a great start to the year, mate. So, well done. And, yeah, yourself and Dwayne Lawrence have certainly started the season and seem to be gelling pretty quickly because your results out on the track are reflective of that. So, so guys, so please throw your questions my way. Like, comment, share. Anything Speedo related can be about a current issue, can be about a past issue and all that. So, and I'll do my best to answer them. So, with that. So, so we're up to the 17th Q&A now. So, as I was saying earlier, it's in terms of when it first started, I was doing the Q&A. The people were writing the questions and I would reply in them, but now I wanted to do it live, keep me on the spot. I've got better now with it. I've got better equipment too, so that works. We've got better sound now and we've got better visual, so that's really cool. So and that's obviously there was a technical glitch earlier today with Jay. Of all people, we've got the World Speedo champion coming in. And what does Daniel do? Daniel goes there and makes a big boo-boo with his audio equipment. But, those things. But thankfully, Jason's been understanding the current World Speedo champion, and he'll be in tomorrow night sort of thing. So, with that. I want to thank Andrew Firth from Hesson's Auto Parts, VHF Modified Racer, major sponsor of Grafton Speedo. Thanks, Andrew, for tuning in and your continued support of the support. So it's much appreciated. I've got a question or a comment here from Mitchell Brown. Thanks, Mitch, for tuning in. The best looking VHF Modified has to be Brent Halls. I saw that earlier this week. I think it was last week, before he hit the track at Lismore for the World Mares Cup. So Lightning McQueen looks really good. Brent, so his wife Tonya is a regular tune. Brent tunes in, so well done, mate, and it's great. And it's the one that someone can relate to. So it's a car that the kids can relate to, and I want to go and see Lightning McQueen. So it looks like VHF Modifieds are awesome as they are, but when they're done with trick paint schemes, I think they look even more badass. So well done, Brent. He's one of the passionates. So we've got there Andrew Piolo. Thanks for tuning in, Andrew. Bad luck last weekend. You obviously at round one of the ASG series where you ran second behind Sean Bradford, but then in round two you had a big crash in the second round on Saturday night at the Perth Motorplex. So unfortunately, mate, you'll bounce back and be stronger. Sort of thing. So you were certainly motoring. You're going really well. You're leading the heat at the stage, and then unfortunately the incident happened on where you were involved in the accident, which took you out. So hopefully you're okay, mate. You'll bounce back. So you're a tough bugger. So with that. So we've got it's got some comments here. Tonya Hall, the kids really love it. So, that's good to see, Thomas. That's a wife of Brent Hall who's got the Lightning Queen V8 Modified. And then Benny Griffin's comment here, Lightning McCall. So that's a good one. So the car looks good, and it's all about the kids. Like obviously, Tonya and you or Brent and Tonya obviously have a young kids. So with that, but also just with all the support and just giving the kids, something they want to go down and meet the driver. I want to go and see and get a photo and all those sort of things. So I think that's awesome to see, and it's great to see that the drivers are really pushing the boundary. And that's what impresses me. And the drivers are always pushing the boundaries, like in terms of, I'm not pushing the boundaries as such. That's the wrong choice of wording. But in terms of them them actually, I know like presentation-wise, competition-wise, they're always updating their stuff, and that's the exciting thing. The drivers and their teams are always lifting the bar, but we just need the rest of the sport to catch up. Like it's really tough, and you only have to go back to last week's interview with Benny Bishop from Toowoomba's High Tech All Speedo to really get to the coalface of it, and he was able to with that. So while I've got you here, guys, obviously with Jason Doyle not being on tonight's program, but so just throw your questions my way in regards to what you would like me to ask Jason. So we've only got a short period of time, so around 15 to 20 minutes. So that's tomorrow night, so it'll be around 7. But throw your questions my way in regards to what you'd like me to ask Jason Doyle. So so he's going to be on tomorrow night. He was meant to be on tonight. We promoted the hell out of it, and then I go and make his stuff up with a technical thing. I wish I was more technical advanced, but I can't be perfect. We can't all be winners, as they say. So with that. So guys, we've got Brett Putty. Thanks for tuning in. Daniel Charge. Thanks Danielle for tuning in. We've just finished today the poster for Jordan Charge, who's he's going to be running with, or he's got the new look. He's obviously teamed up with Robin Dawkins. So that's cool. Brent Putty, not sure what you're doing this year in terms of crew, but make us a comment, let us know what you're doing. So so with that, please like, comment, share. I'll probably be around for another 10 minutes. Please throw your Speedo related questions my way, but like, comment, share. It's much appreciated. So with that. So once again, want to thank LA Racing High Performance Lubricants. So that's they've come on board as a sponsor of our Conversations program, but due to Conversations program being shifted, and we're all set to go for the Conversations program tonight, but it wasn't to be, and now we are with the Q&A. So but please throw your comments, questions. So so we've got that. Brent Putty just coming up with Luke. Okay. So with Luke Dillon, so we're doing it, and Adrian. Which Adrian is that? Brenton? Adrian Redpath? I'm not sure. Let me know. Or Adrian Palmer? Don't know. Not sure. Brenton, please, elaborate more, sort of thing. So, with that. So throw your question on. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We've had on average about 20 to 25 people. Everyone's probably expecting to see Jason Doyle tonight. So was I, until I made a boo-boo. And I'll be back tomorrow night with Jason Doyle for round 2. So technical glitches clear. We are all clear. So guys, so throw me your Speedo related questions. Shane Spinks, thanks for tuning in. Also the fact that let us know what you'd like to me do. Like we're trying a lot of different time slots, and we'd love to get your feedback in terms of what time you'd like us to be on. So with that. But really enjoying it. We've been going 17 shows now. Gosh, it only seems like yesterday when I started it. But really enjoying that. I also read an interesting article earlier this morning from the Speedo Sedans Australia website with Jason Crowe, and the statistics that he had in terms of how many stories he'd written over the last decade in his highlights. It was really cool to see. And this sport needs, the sport would be a lot further ahead if we had 10 versions of Jason Crowe or something in terms of his hard work and his commitment to this sport around a full-time job as well as a bank manager. So it's really cool to see. And the top 3 moments that he had was, I was pretty close. I had my top 3 moments was the Anthony Bear, Brad McClure National Street Stock Title of 2016 at Ballarat's Red Line Raceway in Victoria, where they were separated by, I think, 0.003 of a second or something ridiculous at the finish line. So, and Barry ended up winning that. My second pick was the Alphabet Super of 2010, the National Street Stock Title with Allen Brook Speedway in Western Australia, where Jamie Alford had a horror run during the heat races. He was lucky to qualify into the C main, let alone get through there, but he was able to work his way from the C the B and come from the back of the A and get through and take all the spectacular wins. So with that, and then we've got in terms of from there, and then the other highlight for me was I think Angus Hollis last year at the National Junior Sedan title, last season's National Junior Sedan title at Borderline Speedway in Mount Gambier, South Australia. So what we've got, with that, but Jason Crow's obviously with the audio and doing all that was groundbreaking. That was awesome to see. So I've got a question here. So from Ben Griffin, when did Jason start speedo bikes and why did he choose them? Yeah, that's something that I'm going to touch on. Ben, thanks for that. Chris and Emily Griffin, we broke away from IMCA. We put our crate into our Sportsman V8 Dirt Modified and have a look back. Just need to get V8 Dirt Modifieds back to Parramatta. Yeah, Chris, you're a former V8 Dirt IMCA racer. Now the V8 Dirt Modifieds allows you to to be able to run with that engine, so run it as a sportsman. So that's the beauty of V8 Dirt Modifieds. You got classes within classes, so that's really good to see. And V8 Dirt Modifieds, I think you won't see them back regularly like they were in the 90s and the late 80s and that, in terms of V8 Dirt Modifieds, but I think you will get, hopefully, the New South Wales title. Well, I shouldn't be going. Hopefully the New South Wales title will be held there the following season, so as a round of the 5-star Dirt Series, that'd be awesome to see, no doubt, being an annual event. I think, V8 Dirt Modifieds can get back there once a year, like a number of classes do, like with compacts and micro sprints. And I think if they can get back on the regular program, just once or twice a season, I think that'd be awesome and it'd be well supported. So with that, so we got Connor. Okay, so Connor, 11 thoughts on hot laps and time trials has been run as one at Valvoline Raceway. Connor, I don't have a problem if they do it in Brisbane. So you get your hot laps, you get 5 or 6 laps sort of thing. And the big thing is how many cars you're going to have out there, because you could be balked. It could, and it could work with you, it could work against you sort of thing. So be interested. So I think time, getting hot laps, what they used to do, when they brought time trials and they said, they give you hot laps and do hot laps, then come back out and do time trials. So it was just, and they used to do it back in the day, 1 car per lap. So the time trials went for ages, and in the baking sun in the middle of January, the track was just fried. There's so many cars out there, dust. It wasn't a pretty thought. So with that, so I think that's a good thing and probably a long time coming. So thanks, Connor. I don't think I've seen you on here before, but thanks for tuning in for the first time. So so we've got a couple more minutes. Yep, so we've got, so we've got another question here from Andrew Firth. Andrew Firth, do you think too many engine options will hurt a division? Andrew, maybe. It depends on the V8 Dirt Modified. So no, that's you're associated with the V8 Dirt Modified. I think that could be a bad thing. You look at, say for example, 410 sprint cars. You got 410 sprint cars, but then you got 360 sprint cars, which aren't as strong. They're strong in in Victoria, South Australia, but they kind of complement each other with the All-Star Series. But in Western Australia, they're struggling for 410s, let alone 360s. 360s are making up the program. So, they're helping, so they can get double figures in terms of a feature race field. You've got numerous 360s out there. So, I think, and then you've got limited sprint cars and you've got all these other offshoot, especially in Western Australia with 320s and limited sprint cars. You've got all these different classes. So, in terms of sprint cars, I don't think it's really hurt them, but other classes like V8 Dirt Modifieds where you've got numerous engine cars, I think it's a good thing for getting people in there. I think it can give people a stepping stone so people can buy a V8 Dirt Modified, for example, run a sportsman, then work their way up. I don't think that's a bad thing, but I think with sprint cars, you've got too many different, it's 360s, 410s, but Oh, it's really rude of me. Do you think that? Yeah, I think that's a good thing because it allows people to get in there on a budget. But when you've got sprint cars, and like 360s these days are the costs that are coming with, 410 sort of thing. That's why you see a lot of 360 sprint cars, just drivers or former drivers riding 410s now. So, yeah, we've got that. Connor Leventon, there were 5 cars running last time, too many. Sprint 400 metre clayway at Sydney's Valvoline Raceway. I think it's big enough for 5 cars, but yeah, it just depends on the program, and that I don't necessarily. But if it helps the program flow and we get the racing, so we're not missing feature races and none of the support classes are cut or anything like that, so I think it'd be a good thing to time it and save the track too, so you don't have too many cars out there doing too much track time because the track could just be stuffed. So yeah, we've got that. Jeff Parker from Wingless, thanks. Pineman for tuning. Matthew Clayton from National Force, thanks for tuning. Gary Fitzpatrick, thanks Gary. The Fitzpatrick Auto Sports car, the Victoria number 2 car, that's the Wingless Sprint. So that's driven by Travis Miller. They had a really successful weekend where they won the opening night of the Nyora Nationals, then ran third, a Hartford third in the second night. So yeah, Peter Logue ended up winning, who ran second on the first night, ended up getting the win. So sorry, I'm just yawning, it's really rude of me. All right, so guys, yeah, so we've got a couple more minutes. Just want to sum up everything, just to let everyone know who would have tuned in and said, why aren't you talking to Jason Doyle? So unfortunately, yeah, we had a technical glitch at my end, totally my stuff up, and yeah, we're trying new sound and audio equipment and it didn't work too well, and that delayed it, and unfortunately we were unable to get hold of Jason tonight. The silver lining was with tomorrow night, Jason's coming on, so we've got 15 to 20 minutes to talk to him, so we're going to do a nice tight interview with him. Really appreciate his patience and all that. So that'll be tomorrow night, probably around 6 o'clock. So yeah, he's a busy man, and obviously he's got family commitments. He's only here for a couple of weeks a year here in Australia, so before he goes back to the UK. So yeah, so that'll be tomorrow night. So with that, Ben Griffin at bedtime. Yeah, I know it's been a long day, and also the drama that we've had. Sort of thing. Thanks, Wayne Meyer from Speedo Star for tuning, Mark Miles, so Sam Saloon, Sean McDonald. Thanks, Sean, mate. So yeah, keep up the good work of what you're doing with social media for the New South Wales sprint cars and the wingless and all that. So really love your work, mate. So yeah, so that's cool. So all right, so just to we'll conclude it for tonight. Thank you very much for everyone for tuning in. It's much appreciated. Thanks everyone for the support, and we'll be back tomorrow night with Jason Doyle, I promise, because I've got all this audio and all this visual stuff that we're doing. I'm just trying to improve it, and yeah, left and run a bit too late and stuffed up. So yeah, I'll cop that, but yeah, it's all part of the process. So being a one-man band show, when your stuff finished at 4 o'clock, you kind of left with all these things, but I should have tested it beforehand, but oh well. It is what it is. So yes, tomorrow night around 6 o'clock, we'll have Jason Doyle for about 15, 20 minutes. So we've got that. Then on Friday night, we're going to have the weekend preview. Then Sunday morning, we'll have that. So yeah, once again, thanks guys for tuning in. I really appreciate the support. Thanks to LA Racing High Performance Lubricants for their continued support. And we'll see you tomorrow night, and with Jason Doyle, I promise, on the phone. So thanks guys. See you next time. Bye.